The comms were chaos. Then came her voice, steady, surgical, and final. Every SEAL obeyed instantly. Only later did they ask, "Who is she?" Lieutenant Commander Victoria Viper Cross had been assigned to Naval Special Warfare Training Center in Coronado for exactly 14 weeks. At 5 feet 9 inches with platinum blonde hair pulled back in regulation style and ice blue eyes that seemed to cut through chaos, she moved through her medical duties with the kind of calm authority that made her presence both reassuring and commanding. She carried her medical equipment with practiced precision, treated injuries with expert clinical care, and maintained the supportive presence that characterized dedicated military nurses. To the SEAL candidates and training staff, she was simply their assigned medical officer, competent, caring, and completely unremarkable in her professional role. What made Lieutenant Commander Cross particularly effective, though few recognized it at the time, was her uncanny ability to maintain absolute composure during the most chaotic training scenarios. During Hell Week emergencies, she would coordinate medical response with surgical precision that seemed to come naturally. During multi-casualty training exercises, she demonstrated command presence that exceeded medical necessity. During complex tactical scenarios, she provided medical oversight with authority that suggested extensive experience managing crisis situations under extreme pressure. Her medical bay was organized with military precision that exceeded standard requirements. Every piece of equipment had its designated place, every medical procedure was executed with obsessive attention to detail, and every emergency response was coordinated with efficiency that impressed even senior medical officers. But there were subtle differences that most people overlooked. Command-level medical equipment that wasn't standard for training facilities, tactical communication gear that suggested experience with battlefield command, and a personal bearing that seemed to come from authority far beyond medical education. The candidates knew her through routine medical encounters and respectful observation. "Ma'am," when they required medical attention, Lieutenant Commander Cross, when discussing her professional capabilities, or Doc Cross, in everyday conversation. None of them had questioned her background beyond standard medical training, though many had noticed she possessed unusually comprehensive command presence and seemed to understand tactical coordination with depth that exceeded typical medical officer education. But the unknown can be revealing, especially when it involves people whose command authority remains carefully concealed behind compassionate professional assignments. Welcome to Silent Salute, where we uncover the extraordinary stories hiding behind ordinary military assignments. Before we dive into this incredible tale, tell us in the comments which country you're watching from today. And if you believe that true leaders often work in the shadows, hit that subscribe button to support our channel. We're honored to share these remarkable stories with you. Naval Special Warfare Training Center in the spring of 2021 was operating under the most challenging training conditions in years. Home to the most elite naval warrior training programs in the world, the facility was pushing candidates through increasingly complex scenarios designed to test their ability to operate under realistic combat stress. The medical support required for such intensive training was comprehensive, demanding, and absolutely critical for candidate safety while maintaining training realism that prepared future SEAL operators for actual combat conditions. The daily rhythm at Coronado was relentless, but carefully orchestrated to build candidate capabilities through progressive challenges. Morning brought physical conditioning that pushed human endurance beyond normal limits, with candidates participating in beach runs, surf torture, log PT, and obstacle course exercises that tested every aspect of physical and mental resilience. Midday featured tactical training and weapons instruction that tested decision-making under extreme stress, including live-fire exercises, close-quarters combat drills, and complex tactical coordination scenarios. Afternoon included specialized skills training that built operational capabilities, such as combat diving, advanced medical training, and demolitions instruction. Evening brought psychological evaluations and recovery periods that prepared candidates for escalating challenges. Through it all, Lieutenant Commander Cross provided medical support with steady professionalism that had characterized her entire assignment. Her medical expertise was universally respected, her emergency response capabilities were unquestioned, and her ability to handle any medical situation that arose during training impressed instructors and candidates alike. She could treat complex medical emergencies without disrupting training flow, coordinate medical evacuations with surgical precision, and maintain candidate health while ensuring training intensity that prepared them for actual operational demands. The training environment at Coronado was deliberately designed to replicate the stress and complexity of actual special operations. Every exercise was crafted to test candidate capabilities under realistic conditions while maintaining safety standards that protected personnel from unnecessary risk. The balance between realistic training and safety requirements demanded medical personnel who could coordinate complex emergency responses while maintaining situational awareness of tactical training objectives. Lieutenant Commander Cross had established herself as the gold standard for tactical medical support. Her ability to provide excellent medical care while coordinating with complex training scenarios impressed instructors and candidates alike. She could manage multiple medical emergencies simultaneously, coordinate medical response with tactical training requirements, and provide medical oversight for exercises that tested candidates under conditions that approached actual combat stress. The candidates had formed clear impressions about her role and capabilities. She was exceptional medical support who ensured their safety without compromising the intensity that made SEAL training effective. Her medical knowledge was comprehensive, her emergency response skills were outstanding, and her ability to manage complex medical situations was unmatched. But she also possessed unusual command presence, often demonstrating authority that exceeded medical responsibilities and seemed to understand tactical coordination with depth that suggested command experience rather than medical support roles. Her interactions with candidates revealed authority that exceeded standard medical training. During medical treatment sessions, she provided guidance with command presence that suggested leadership experience rather than medical education. During emergency responses, she coordinated tactical medical operations using procedures that indicated battlefield command experience. During conversations about military operations, she provided insights about tactical coordination that suggested direct command participation rather than medical support observation. Among the candidates was Petty Officer First Class Marcus Titan Rodriguez, a former Marine Special Operations Command veteran who'd served multiple combat deployments in Iraq and Afghanistan before applying for SEAL training. Rodriguez was highly respected by his fellow candidates for his tactical experience and leadership abilities, but like everyone else, he recognized Lieutenant Commander Cross's authority without understanding its source. Lieutenant Commander Cross has command presence that exceeds most officers I've served under, Rodriguez had mentioned to his swim buddy during their 13th week. When she speaks, everyone listens instinctively. Her authority isn't just medical expertise, it's something deeper. She carries herself like someone who's commanded operations under combat conditions. Rodriguez's observation was more accurate than he realized. Lieutenant Commander Cross's command presence wasn't learned through medical training or routine military service. It was natural authority developed through experiences that most medical personnel never encounter. Her ability to command instant respect came from proven leadership under conditions that tested command capabilities beyond conventional military training. Seaman First Class Jake Venom Thompson, who'd served as a Navy communications specialist before SEAL training, offered his perspective on Lieutenant Commander Cross's capabilities. Some medical officers develop command presence through deployment with special operations units or advanced leadership training. She probably commanded medical units during combat operations, which would explain her tactical coordination skills and natural authority. But Thompson's theory, while logical, couldn't fully explain the specific type of command authority Lieutenant Commander Cross displayed, the kind that suggested not just medical command experience, but operational command at levels that exceeded medical responsibilities. Her ability to coordinate complex tactical scenarios exceeded what medical command would provide. There were details that, in retrospect, should have raised questions about her command background. During tactical training observations, she demonstrated understanding of operational coordination that exceeded medical oversight responsibilities. During complex training scenarios, she provided tactical insights that suggested command experience at operational levels. During conversations with senior instructors, she used terminology and references that indicated command authority in special operations rather than medical support roles. Her physical fitness exceeded what most medical officers maintained, often demonstrating endurance and tactical skills that matched elite special operations personnel. Her situational awareness during complex training exercises exceeded what medical personnel typically developed, consistently maintaining tactical understanding of entire training scenarios while providing medical oversight. Her communication skills during emergency situations suggested command, training, and tactical coordination under extreme stress. Chief Petty Officer David Reaper Stevens, a 22-year SEAL veteran who served as senior instructor, had noticed these details more than most. "There's something different about Lieutenant Commander Cross," he'd mentioned to the training officer during their weekly briefing. "She has natural command authority that exceeds medical training. Her tactical understanding and leadership presence suggest operational command experience at levels that most medical officers never achieve." Stevens' assessment identified the key characteristic that distinguished Lieutenant Commander Cross from other medical officers. Her command authority consistently exceeded what medical training would provide. Her responses to tactical scenarios suggested experience with operational command responsibilities that extended far beyond medical duties, and her interaction with training personnel reflected proven leadership under conditions that tested command capabilities. Master Sergeant Tom Blade Wilson, who had 30 years of special operations experience and had served under the most respected commanders in the community, had also observed Lieutenant Commander Cross's unusual capabilities. "She understands tactical operations from a command perspective that exceeds medical oversight," Wilson had told the training commander during their monthly assessment meeting. "Her command presence and tactical coordination suggest she's led special operations rather than just provided medical support for them." Wilson's observation reflected growing recognition among senior training staff that Lieutenant Commander Cross's background exceeded standard medical officer qualifications. Her command authority, tactical understanding, and operational coordination suggested experience that extended far beyond medical education and support assignments. The training progression for the current SEAL class had been carefully structured to build candidate capabilities through increasingly challenging exercises. Week 14 represented a critical milestone in candidate development, advanced tactical coordination assessment that would test their ability to operate as integrated teams under realistic combat conditions. The exercise planned for Week 14 was among the most complex scenarios in SEAL training, requiring perfect coordination between multiple candidate teams, tactical communication under stress, and command decision-making that replicated actual special operations missions. The scenario would test every aspect of candidate development while providing realistic training that prepared them for actual SEAL team assignments. Lieutenant Commander Cross was assigned to provide medical oversight for the tactical coordination exercise, positioned where she could monitor candidate safety while maintaining readiness to respond to medical emergencies. Her role required coordination with training staff and tactical communication with multiple teams operating throughout the training area. The tactical coordination exercise was being conducted under the supervision of Captain James Falcon Martinez, a 30-year special operations veteran who had commanded SEAL teams in every major conflict of the past 3 decades. Martinez was known throughout naval special warfare for his tactical expertise and his ability to develop training that tested candidates under conditions that closely replicated actual combat operations. On the morning of the exercise, candidates were deployed throughout the training area in multiple teams, each assigned specific tactical objectives that required coordination with other teams while maintaining communication discipline and tactical security. The exercise tested their ability to operate as integrated units while adapting to changing tactical situations. The incident that would reveal everything occurred when the tactical coordination exercise encountered a critical emergency that tested every aspect of candidate training and instructor supervision under extreme pressure. At 1,347 hours, during the most complex phase of the exercise, multiple equipment malfunctions and communication failures created a cascading emergency that threatened candidate safety while compromising training objectives. Radio communications became chaotic, candidate teams lost contact with instruction staff, and emergency situations developed simultaneously across the training area. The emergency required immediate tactical coordination to ensure candidate safety while maintaining training value. Multiple teams needed evacuation support, Communication systems required emergency restoration, and tactical scenarios had to be modified to address safety concerns without compromising training objectives. Command communications became overwhelmed with competing emergency reports, evacuation requests, and tactical coordination requirements that exceeded the capacity of standard communication protocols. The situation required immediate command decision-making and tactical coordination that could restore order while ensuring candidate safety. In the midst of the chaos, with multiple radio frequencies carrying overlapping emergency traffic and confusion mounting throughout the training area, Lieutenant Commander Cross's voice cut through the communication chaos with authority that commanded instant attention. All stations, this is medical command. Lieutenant Commander Cross transmitted with calm authority that seemed to cut through the chaos like a surgical instrument. Cease all non-essential communications immediately. I have tactical command authority for emergency coordination. Her voice carried command presence that was unmistakable and absolute. Every person monitoring communications, candidates, instructors, and senior staff, immediately complied with her directive without question or hesitation. Team Alpha, this is command. Execute immediate tactical consolidation at Checkpoint Delta. Teams Bravo and Charlie, maintain current positions and establish defensive perimeter. Team Echo, initiate emergency evacuation procedures for personnel at your location. All teams acknowledge with click only. Her tactical coordination was precise, efficient, and demonstrated command authority that exceeded medical responsibilities. She was coordinating tactical operations with expertise that indicated operational command experience at the highest levels. Within minutes, Lieutenant Commander Cross had restored order to the chaotic situation, coordinated tactical response that ensured candidate safety, and established communication discipline that enabled effective emergency management. Her command authority was unquestioned and absolute. All teams, this is command. Emergency situation is under tactical control. Resume training operations under modified parameters. Medical evacuation is en route for Team Echo casualties. Maintain tactical discipline and await further instructions. The transformation from chaos to controlled tactical operation under Lieutenant Commander Cross's command was immediate and complete. Every SEAL candidate and instructor had responded to her authority without question, recognizing command presence that exceeded their understanding of her role and background. Captain Martinez, who had been coordinating emergency response from the operations center, was amazed by Lieutenant Commander Cross's tactical command capabilities. Lieutenant Commander Cross, your tactical coordination and command authority during the emergency exceeded most operational commanders I've served with. Where did you develop those command capabilities? Lieutenant Commander Cross's response began to provide insight into experience that most medical personnel never encounter. Captain Martinez, previous assignments required medical personnel to function with tactical command authority when operational situations demanded unified command structure. Emergency coordination often requires command capabilities that exceed medical training. But Captain Martinez recognized that Lieutenant Commander Cross's explanation, while accurate, didn't fully reveal the nature of her command background or the source of her tactical authority. Her command presence and tactical coordination exceeded what specialized medical training would provide. Later that afternoon, Captain Martinez received authorization to access classified personnel records that revealed information explaining Lieutenant Commander Cross's command authority and tactical coordination capabilities. The classified records disclosed that Lieutenant Commander Cross was actually Commander Victoria Viper Cross, a decorated special operations officer who had commanded multiple SEAL platoons and task forces during combat operations. Her medical training was additional qualification that enhanced her command capabilities rather than her primary specialization. Her true service record included command of special operations missions in multiple combat theaters, tactical coordination of complex multi-unit operations, and responsibility for mission success under the most challenging combat conditions. Her assignment to SEAL training was designed to evaluate candidate development from the perspective of someone who had commanded actual SEAL operations under combat conditions. The records revealed that Commander Cross had led SEAL operations that required tactical coordination exceeding most special operations missions. Her command experience included responsibility for multi-platoon operations, tactical coordination with other military services, and mission success under conditions that tested command capabilities at the highest levels. Captain Martinez immediately requested a private meeting with Commander Cross to discuss how her command experience could enhance SEAL training programs in ways that had never been available before. Commander Cross, Martinez said during their private conversation, learning about your operational command background explains everything we observed about your tactical authority and coordination capabilities. Your command experience exceeds most active SEAL commanders, and your insights could revolutionize our tactical training programs. Commander Cross accepted the opportunity to reveal her true background and discuss how her command experience could benefit candidate development. Captain Martinez, the operations I've commanded have provided insights into tactical coordination and leadership requirements that can only be understood from the perspective of someone who's made command decisions under actual combat conditions. Over the following days, more details about Commander Cross's background began to emerge through official channels and conversations with personnel who had clearance to discuss her classified command record. Her command experience was extraordinary, even by SEAL standards, and her tactical expertise had shaped procedures that were used throughout naval special warfare. Her service record included command of classified special operations missions, development of tactical procedures that influenced SEAL operations worldwide, and leadership during combat operations that had earned recognition, including the nation's highest military decorations. What we're learning, Captain Martinez explained to his senior staff during a classified briefing, is that Commander Cross represents operational command experience that can enhance our training programs in ways we never imagined possible. Her perspective combines tactical command with medical expertise in ways that create unique insights into candidate development. Her medical training, rather than being her primary qualification, was additional expertise that enhanced her command capabilities. She had earned advanced medical qualifications to better understand the physiological and psychological demands of Special Operations Command, enabling her to make more informed decisions about personnel deployment and tactical coordination. Upon revealing her true background, Commander Cross worked with the training staff to develop enhanced tactical coordination scenarios that incorporated lessons learned from actual SEAL operations she had commanded under combat conditions. The operations I've commanded, Commander Cross explained to the candidates during a special briefing, have taught me that effective SEAL operations require tactical coordination and command decision-making that exceed standard training scenarios. Real combat operations often require command capabilities that conventional training doesn't adequately address. Her enhanced training scenarios included realistic command decisions where candidates had to coordinate multi-team operations under combat stress, tactical communication exercises that tested their ability to maintain coordination under degraded communication conditions, and leadership challenges where command authority had to be established and maintained under extreme pressure. The SEAL instructors who learned about Commander Cross's operational command background became eager students of her tactical expertise. Her command experience was integrated with their training knowledge, creating educational opportunities that reflected the complex coordination required for actual SEAL operations under combat conditions. Working with Commander Cross, Captain Martinez told the candidates, demonstrates why modern SEAL operations require leaders who can integrate tactical command with operational expertise. Her command experience represents the highest standards of SEAL leadership that define operational excellence. The candidates quickly learned that Commander Cross's command experience provided insights that enhanced every aspect of their tactical training. Her understanding of operational command, tactical coordination, and leadership under combat stress created learning opportunities that exceeded anything available through conventional SEAL training. Petty Officer Rodriguez, who had recognized Commander Cross's command authority, became one of her most dedicated students. Commander Cross, your operational command experience has completely changed how I understand SEAL leadership. Your tactical coordination capabilities provide insights into command excellence that we could never develop through conventional training. Seaman Thompson, who had theorized about her command background, gained new appreciation for operational leadership expertise. Ma'am, your command authority that I attributed to medical leadership experience Now I understand it came from commanding actual SEAL operations that exceeded most military experience. Chief Stevens, who had recognized her tactical understanding, found his assessment confirmed beyond his expectations. Commander Cross, working with you has shown me that the most effective SEAL commanders are often those whose true qualifications remain hidden behind supportive professional assignments. The enhanced tactical training programs that Commander Cross developed were eventually adopted throughout Naval Special Warfare Command, establishing new standards for tactical coordination and operational command that prepared SEAL operators for the complex leadership challenges they would face during actual combat operations. Her training methods influenced SEAL education worldwide and enhanced the effectiveness of tactical coordination under combat conditions. Her command authority became a symbol of the operational excellence that defined SEAL leadership at the highest levels. The story of Commander Cross's revealed command background became legendary at the training facility, shared with new classes as an example of how extraordinary operational command experience often serves through assignments that conceal true qualifications behind routine professional responsibilities. The most important lesson you can learn here, instructors would tell new candidates, is that exceptional command capability often comes in unexpected forms. The person providing your medical support might be someone who's commanded SEAL operations more complex than anything you'll encounter in your military career. Years later, when Commander Cross transitioned to her next operational command, her legacy lived on in the enhanced tactical training programs she developed and in the understanding that true operational excellence often requires maintaining operational security about command experience while continuing to contribute through whatever assignments best serve current training requirements. Her story reminded everyone that in naval special warfare, as throughout the special operations community, the most dangerous assumptions are those made about medical personnel who seem to fit perfectly into support roles, because the most exceptional SEAL commanders are often those who choose to serve through assignments that hide their extraordinary command accomplishments behind compassionate professional responsibilities. Commander Cross's revealed command background became synonymous with the understanding that SEAL operational excellence represents capabilities that continue contributing to military effectiveness through whatever assignments best serve current operational requirements. Her example demonstrated that the most effective military training is often enhanced by personnel whose command experience remains carefully concealed behind routine professional duties. The moment when her voice had cut through the communication chaos with unquestionable authority had lasted only seconds, but its impact continued for years, reminding everyone that extraordinary command capabilities often hide behind medical assignments, and that the people trusted with support responsibilities may be the ones with the most significant operational command experience to share about leading others when everything was on the line. The sight of every SEAL instantly obeying her tactical commands without question had demonstrated not just individual authority, but broader understanding of how operational command creates presence that transcends obvious assignments. Commander Cross's willingness to serve through medical assignments showed that true SEAL leadership continues through whatever roles best serve current training requirements. The enhanced tactical coordination protocols that emerged from Commander Cross's command experience created new standards for SEAL preparation that recognized the value of training informed by actual operational command under combat conditions. Her methods were studied and implemented across multiple special operations services, establishing her as a pioneer in tactical leadership education. The candidates who trained under Commander Cross's enhanced programs consistently demonstrated superior performance in tactical coordination, command decision-making, and leadership under stress compared to candidates trained under conventional methods. Her influence on SEAL training extended far beyond the specific incident that had revealed her true command background. Petty Officer Rodriguez, who had recognized her command presence, eventually completed SEAL training and became a platoon commander himself. Throughout his career, he credited Commander Cross's example with teaching him that effective SEAL leadership often requires serving through assignments that conceal command qualifications. Commander Cross didn't just teach me about tactical coordination, Rodriguez would tell his SEAL operators years later. She taught me that the most valuable SEAL leaders are often those whose command experience remains hidden behind supportive professional roles. Seaman Thompson, who had theorized about her command background, also completed training and advanced to senior leadership positions. His experience learning Commander Cross's true background influenced his approach to tactical leadership throughout his career. What I learned from Commander Cross, Thompson would explain to junior SEAL operators, is that effective tactical operations depend on recognizing that extraordinary command capability often comes in unexpected forms. The person in the medical role might be the one with the most operational command experience to share about SEAL leadership excellence. This story was brought to you by Silent Salute. Before we leave you today, here's our question. Have you ever discovered that someone you knew in a support or medical capacity actually possessed extraordinary operational command experience that they kept hidden? Have you encountered people whose routine assignments concealed remarkable leadership backgrounds and combat command expertise? Tell us in the comments about the moments when you realized you'd been working alongside someone whose command experience exceeded your own understanding. And if you believe that the most capable leaders are often those who don't need to advertise their command qualifications, hit that subscribe button to support our channel. Every story reminds us that extraordinary command capabilities often hide behind supportive professional roles, and that the people we notice least may be the ones with the most significant operational leadership experience to share about commanding others in the most challenging combat situations. We'll see you in the next story, where we'll discover another incredible tale of hidden command excellence and unexpected tactical authority.